Okay, so today I'm doing a collaboration with Keto Home and some other keto YouTubers, and we're answering 10 beginner questions that somebody had on his Facebook group. So I'm taking question number 5, and that question is, how do you know if you need to cut dairy out of your life? So how do you know? Because I've had that question before too. So I looked it up and did some research, and I have 4 symptoms that dairy may be causing a problem in your keto weight loss journey. So the first one is heavy fatigue. If you're feeling fatigued and just tired all the time, that's not normal for keto, because keto gives you a lot of energy. So if you're doing keto the right way, and you're hitting all your macros, and you've been doing it for a little while, and you're still feeling pretty fatigued, you probably have a dairy intolerance. The second one is inflammation. If you're still feeling a lot of inflammation, again, keto is something that gets rid of the inflammation in your body. And if you're feeling some inflammation, you probably need to cut dairy out of your life. The third one is bloating. Now, I've felt a lot of bloating here and there, and I could really feel it in my stomach more than anything. But some people get bloating in their face and different parts of their body. And if you're keeping your carbs down to 20 or under, and you're still feeling bloated, then I would suggest that you try cutting dairy out of your life. And then the fourth one is, and this is a big one, if your weight loss is stalled. So a stalled weight loss is 6 weeks or more of being at the same weight. If you're still going up and down, you're really not stalled. Your body is still healing and adjusting to this way of eating, and keto really heals your body. But if you've gone 6 weeks with no change on the scale, then I truly would suggest cutting dairy down or cutting it out. Now, some people have dairy with every meal, and that could be quite a bit. I mean, if you're eating a lot of heavy whipping cream and cheeses and butter and things like that, it really can cause a problem. So, yeah, if your weight loss is stalled, then I would definitely at least try cutting dairy out of your life for a period of time. So a lot of people, when they're cutting out dairy, just to see if that's their problem, they'll do it for about a month. So if you do it between a week and a month, then that will truly tell you that if dairy is causing a problem. So with the keto way of eating, the macros that you're hitting are your fats, your proteins, and your carbs. So like I said before, in order to keep the bloating down, you need to keep your carbs down. Second of all, proteins. So you get a lot of fat if you're eating a lot of fatty proteins, chicken thighs, fatty cuts of meats like ribeyes and ground beef that's 80-20. You can get a lot of fat that way. But what if you want to have a chicken breast and you want to wrap it in a piece of bacon, but you're still not hitting your fat macros? There's a few things that you can add to your menu that are non-dairy and might help you cut out some of those problems. So the first one that I have is coconut oil, coconut cream, and coconut milk. The coconut oil is good to cook with, and also MCT oil is good to put in your coffee to add some fat to your day. Coconut milk, you can put that in your coffee instead of heavy whipping cream, and then the coconut cream you can cook with that as well. The next one are nut butters. You can get a lot of fat through nut butters, but you need to be very, very careful with that and measure it out, and don't use them every day. Almond butter specifically is the one that I like to use. The next one is my favorite. Yeah, that's it. Avocados. Avocados are great for potassium, and they're a good source of fat. And if you do net carbs, avocados are really kind of low in carbs too. The next one that I have is olives. Oh, those are so good. I eat those with a lot of my meals. And using olive oil as a dressing. That'll help keep your fats up as well. The next one is nuts. Nuts are a really good source of fat, but again, you need to be very, very careful with nuts. And what I do is when I buy a can of nuts, specifically pecans are my favorite, and sometimes I'll buy macadamia nuts. I'll put them, measure them all out ahead of time, put them in a baggie, and put them in the freezer because I like to have my nuts a little bit on the frozen side. And so make sure you're measuring out those nuts, and again, make sure you're not eating them every day because that's something that you can truly overindulge in, but they're really a good source of fat. So the next one that you can add is animal fats. Like I said, if you're eating fatty cuts of meat, like the chicken thighs and the ground beef and ribeyes and things like that, you don't really need to worry about getting enough fat in your diet. And then the last one that I have is ghee. So if you're still eating eggs and you want to cook your eggs in butter, ghee is a really good choice, because the way they make ghee is they take out all of the lactose and the casein from it, which makes it perfect for people who have a lactose intolerance and people that need to go dairy free. Plus ghee is really, really good. It's very, very tasty. So those are the tips that I have to take dairy out of your life. I hope that helps. So until next time, keep calm and keto on.